So you did the cardinal sin that most African retirees actually make. You retired to a big, wonderful, fancy home, but no other assets and investments to accompany this big house. And you are now in a cash crunch. You do not have the cash flow, and you are forced by circumstances either to depend on your children or to start looking for additional employment or work opportunities even in retirement. But what can you do with this big home? Is it just a loss, or can you be able to leverage this house to be able to make some money while in retirement? That is what we are going to talk about. The first thing you could possibly do is offer short-term stay or accommodation facilities. Of course, this is pegged on the expectation that you can allow people to be able to live in that house who are not your children or relatives, and two, you can be able to separate your space and the space of these short-term guests, and also that people would find the house and the location of this house attractive. Either it could be in a big city where a lot of travelers are generally coming, or it could be close to some form of attraction, maybe the beach, maybe a national park, maybe a mountain, or somewhere people frequent often and may sleep over a day or two in their quest for adventure. So short-term stay either through Airbnb or Booking.com or any other platforms could be able to give you some income. Again, when your children come home, you could be able to block off these days and allow this house to only be used by family. Again, it is only dependent on if you are willing to allow guests who are foreign to you to be able to use and occupy this space, and you can be able to manage their expectations to a level where you can be able to make it a wonderful experience. The other thing that you could be able to do is offer farmstead experiences. Yes, you can offer farmstead experiences, especially if your home is in a farm, and this farm can be able to offer experiences such as people who want to know how to plant things, people who want to be taught how to plant certain kind of things, several trainings, farm kind of trainings or farm experiences that could be able to offer through platforms like Airbnb or personalized other platforms like your websites or social media or things like that, where people can be able to experience a farm stay without necessarily owning a farm and pay for this experience. So you could be able to offer such a tailor-made experience for these people. Maybe they could harvest their own vegetables and cook their own vegetables, a kind of farm to fork or to table kind of experience. So just figure out whether you can be able to do that. Again, this is limited to people who have the space and the capacity to have animals and plants and do some farming and to be able to offer these expenses. Of course, the other thing you could do is, of course, offer maybe let your house let out your house as an office. If your house is located close to a commercial area and the area is generally commercialized, meaning that there are many offices that are actually in the surrounding vicinity, then you could convert your house into an office space that could be able to be used. You could even use your house, maybe part of your house or the lower floor of your house, to be used as an office space where people can be able to actually use it as a space, and you could have the house all to yourself later on when people have left. You could be able to do that and make money. You could also let it out the whole of the house and to one organization and be able to make some money and live off in another place. Or you could be able to partition the house to be able to make temporary offices for businesses that do not have a physical space and offer such services as secretarial services, email dropping services, and other services that they do not have meeting room facilities, if you are located in a space where you can be able to actually do these things. Of course, the other thing you'll be able to do is higher value, lesser space farming businesses like incubation facilities. Yes, you could be able to offer farming services that could be able to allow you to make good money without needing too much space. You could start incubating chicks and selling day-old chicks. You could be able to sell chickens at a week, at 2 weeks, but a space that could be able to be used effectively in what you can be able to do effectively in your small space. So high value, lesser space kind of farming. Things like mushrooms, especially the rare mushrooms that could be able to do, oyster mushroom and such other mushrooms that could be able to pursue, but high value, lesser space farming businesses. Again, you could be able to use a room, you could be able to extend outside the house, but you could be able to offer these services. The other thing that you can be able to offer is storage services. Yes, you could be able to offer storage services, especially if you have a compound and you could be able to have a container or two, or build a structure or two adjacent to that, or actually use your own space as storage facilities. Yes, you could be able to do such services to be able to store documents and equipment, and store household things for people who have traveled and things like that. So storage facilities you could be able to offer and be able to charge some money to make some money while in retirement. Of course, there are several tips you need to do as you build your house. If you have already built a big house, find a way of partitioning it to be able to separate the unit that you're going to give away or rent out or offer as a short-term stay or things like that. Have a separatable unit aside that can be able to be detached from your house should you want privacy yet desire the income in the future. So that is one of the things that could be able to help you as you build this house. Again, you could be able to do such things as, if it is a mansionette, you could build downstairs, you can do facilities such as sitting rooms and things like that, and all bedrooms upstairs, so that you can be able to close off should you rent out office space in the office in the space down below that could easily be converted. Again, these are conversations you need to have, and if you have already done it, you need to find a way of making use of your big house, probably a bigger compound and space, to be able to earn some money in the future. It is not all gloom and doom just because you made the financial mistake of building this big house. Again, if you have additional things that people could be able to do with their big house to be able to make some money in retirement, leave your suggestion in the comment section. Remember to subscribe to the channel, to like this video, and to be able to offer to be able to get notifications. Ring on that notification bell so that notifications can come direct to you as I post more and more videos. Thank you and enjoy your day.